Alright, so Saturday after freaking noon, and we now have to figure out something, a more permanent solution. Scrapping might be really taking a downturn here. We just got a letter from the town about the junk in the yard, which I mean it is kind of bad, but I did have previous warning too, because one of the neighbors behind me said he's pretty sure one of the other neighbors is going to be moving. So if they're going to call now, obviously would be the time that they'd call when they're trying to sell their house. So, but the letter just came today. Of course, it comes on a Saturday afternoon, so we can't really do much because no scrapyards are open Saturday afternoons, and none of them are open Sunday. So, I mean, there's not really anything I can do till Monday. I mean, we have like a week and a half or something to deal with it. I forgot what the time frame is, but so all the scrap, the toolboxes and that are just gonna have to go. They're just gonna have to go. Same with the bed frames, they're just gonna have to go. Pretty much all of the stuff back here is just gonna have to go, other than obviously our patio chairs. But it's pretty much just gonna have to disappear somewhere. So like I said, the scrap, that's not hard to obviously get the trailer. Like I said, I just loaded this up from freaking Wednesday. Recycling, so not that big of a deal, but the scrap, I mean, like I said, not hard to deal with, just sell it and be done with it. Reindeer gotta go in the house anyways. This has gotta go in the house anyways. This is bottles. The pallets, there's too many pallets in wood and crap from James, so that's gotta go somewhere too. These need to go to storage or in the house. I was thinking about maybe using them at my workstation, and having bins at my station instead of having to walk to the other end of the basement all the time to put stuff in the bins. Just have bins at my station. That's what I plan on doing with those. This still needs to be scrapped. I definitely don't want to sell this as is because it's the nice one that's probably got the copper in it, so that's got to be dealt with. That's bottles. That's, again, not hard to deal with. Fan, that's scrap. That's all scrap. This can be scrap. It needs to go in the house. And this actually came from who I'm pretty sure is the one that are whining. So, like I said, this is all not hard to deal with. This is stuff that needed to go in the house anyways. Some of this can just probably be garbage at this air hose. Like I said, recycling, that's not hard to deal with. Hose, that stays there anyways. All this crap. This, like I said, the patio chairs, it'll stay. This could maybe go over to Grandma's. That's where it needs to go anyways. This, I don't know, not really much you can do about this. The pallets either need to go to storage to be built into a shelf or just thrown out. Like I said, the rest of the scrap, the boxes, like I said, it's recycle week anyway, so those will be out of here. The rest of this is not really that big of a deal. But it's all James's crap, and there's more on the other side as well. But the neighbor, they're not even in town, but their solicitor just came out and said on the porch, so I'm not going to go over there and be talking to myself. Oh, now the other one's coming out. So we'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, it's really starting to rain, but this is the other side. So part of a snowblower, part of a snowblower, part of a snowblower, tiller, mulch vacuum thing, which I think is stupid. Snowblower, the same as, pretty much the same as the other one, but not. This one I think is not in as good of shape. Part of a pressure washer. What is that? Another part of a snowblower. That's the drain system for the gutter, because this floods. All this wood is gonna have to go. It's just gonna have to go in the garbage, whatever. You can always find more firewood. I'm surprised they didn't whine about the fireplace while they're at it, but fire pit. But it is technically, it's not illegal to have. You just can't use it unless you're using it for cooking. That's the only way you can have a fire in town. So, like I said, all this wood, whatever, just garbage. Dime a dozen. It's just freaking pallets, and there's a little bit of actual firewood, but like I said, dime a dozen, so that's not a big deal. Might as well just drag it to the freaking curb, I guess. If someone else would like it for firewood, go at it. I say it's the weekend. I don't think they'll call about putting trash out too early. Of course, while we're on the topic of complaining, neighbors shooting her down. They got a bird feeder. Him over there, his yard's starting to become overgrown.
Bird feeder's plain sight.
I said we want to start being Karens in the neighborhood. I can too play that game. Except for we're complaining on innocent people is the problem. There's not. I don't know if we could find a violation wrong with them over there. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything to find over there. So, anyways, before my phone gets completely soaked and ruined. Alright, so violation notice. There's our trash pile. Although the stuff right here in the middle, that's That's not ours. That's from our aunt, or from her storage unit. Brought it to our house because they don't have bulk trash like we do. So that. And then the pile of recycling. I mean, that had nothing to do with the yard either. That was the normal pile of recycling. But all that wood. And I borrowed the neighbor's trash can from behind us because he doesn't need it this week. So I borrowed it, put a bunch of the wood in. That's our pile. Pretty good one. Alright, you can't barely even see it. I don't have my flashlight, but brought the fridge out. You see, brother brought out the refrigerator. We're gonna take it to the scrapyard, but it's been sitting in the kitchen for the last like week and a half, and it's in the way of the one exit. So we said, whatever, get rid of it, put it to the curb. Scrapper will get it, or the town will. Okay, trash can you can't even see. Pallet wood. Like I said, I borrowed the neighbor's trash can. It's full of wood. Like I said, this is from aunt's storage unit. But just throw it out with our trash. All the boxes, 3 recycle totes, as per usual. But I did get the cord. And just, whoa! I almost break my ankle. I did just snip the cord off of it. I'll keep that as a trophy. But otherwise, someone else can have the fridge. Not a big deal. Alright, so James is too nice. He's starting to do a scrap run. He's starting to load up some stuff. I'll show you this, but I'll show you what he got. But there's these 2 things of aluminum. This is all shred. Toolbox top, not the drum. Let's say the fridge, like I said, we put that out. Just the curb, just not to deal with it. The microwave that's stripped. That stuff's gotta go in the house. Same with that. Although this is full of aluminum, that's gotta go. That's gotta go to grandma's. That's not garbage. So we've made quite a bit of progress back here. You've seen the big trash pile. Like I said, those gotta go to storage and or garbage. There's also 2 up front. I gotta figure out what we need for shelving. What can just be junk. So we took out the compost bed, is what we called it. It was a raised garden bed at one point. To raise this up anyways, because it's kind of low, because all the water always goes over there from the gutter. But this is going to go over there. The firewood will probably go on top of this or whatever. It'll go out of the way. And this stuff needs to be scrapped or sold or something. I think this is what's going to be scrap. That stuff's got to hopefully be sold. The rest of it's kind of just and that's pretty much covers it. I mean, there's that, but that can go back to where it was. The go-kart, lawnmower, can't do much about that. They kind of just gonna have to be parked. Can't really nowhere to put them. So, okay, cleaning it up, and then there's those. All right, didn't sign in my phone, so I ran out of time. Anyways, there's this little bit of scrap. This stuff is gonna go in the house. This needs to be stripped still. This is going next to, there's these 2 pallets. That stuff had shred in it. Other junk. That's the load so far. So I gotta go to work, so we'll see later what all this is worth. Still got a bunch of these 2x4s, like I said, those gotta be taken to storage as well. Let's see what we're gonna use to make shelves. And then the rest are junk, I guess. So no, pretty good load going so far. But anyways, like I said, I gotta get to work, so I'll show you the end result when I get home, what the yard looks like afterwards. Alright, so it's Tuesday now. Didn't show you any updates from yesterday. I don't even know what it weighed and what it paid, actually. I haven't even asked James for where the receipt was. But anyways, it looks slightly better back here. It's still obviously need to do another scrap trip. It's not totally done. There's the 2 aluminum plus the toter, that crap. There's all these cans, that they're gonna need to go somewhere. Still a microwave, a fan. This is stuff that needs to go in the house because it needs to be stripped. Not this. This is just gonna go shred. So I'm gonna stop looking at it. The faucets, stuff I just found dumpster diving. Like I said, that's aluminum. That's bag of grass. Cut the yard yesterday. There's all this stuff that's gonna have to go downstairs. And obviously, the normal trash cans, those aren't going anywhere. This I put back out here because this is where it belongs. It's downstairs. This obviously still needs to be stripped, as I've been saying for the last 10 times I've walked past it. And then there's this little bit of stuff. The barrel needs to go somewhere too as well. But the other thing what I wanted to tell you was we did end up selling the toolboxes actually that were right here. There's a guy driving past, happened to be driving by at the right time. He seen the one half, not the drawer half, the other half, out by the truck, and he, stopped, asked, "Was that for sale?" I told him, yeah, talked to him for a bit, grabbed, showed him the other toolbox. He ended up buying both, but that was a whole disaster for paying for it. Because, he's looking around, and he said he was looking for jacks, hand tools, and that's why obviously must be a mechanic or a backyard mechanic of some kind. He also wanted to take James's crawler that was out here, which is now in the house, to make sure it doesn't disappear. Because he was trying to take that, and James told him, no, it's not for sale. I need that for my car. So, but anyways, first he wanted to pay with Zelle. I don't have Zelle. He's like, all right. Then he checks his wallet. I don't have cash. Do you have Cash App? All right, I do have Cash App. There we go. But then he's like, let me check my account. We agreed on $25. He only had 18. So I'm like, whatever. I was just going to turn it in for scrap, whatever. Just give me the 18 bucks and get the hell out of here. Because I told him 20 for the chest of tools. James said like $4 for that other thing. So he's like, just call it 25. But he also thought he was getting the crawler, which he was not getting. So, but he's also looking around the yard like he wanted that. But no, I think James is going to put that in his car. Like I said, he was looking around for other stuff that doesn't exist. So, like I said, we got a little bit more work to do, as you can see, especially over here. But it does look slightly better. Those I just threw over there. Those need to be folded up and put in a shed. I just threw them there because they were in my way to cut the yard. So I said a little bit of firewood and stuff. Like I said, these need to be put away. So that's kind of it on the yard update for now. Alright, it's Friday. I figured I'll do a little update video on the yard. Not that anything really has changed. We finally got this stripped. This actually probably should be put in the shed. 2 pallets are out here. These still need to go to storage. This is junk. That needs to disappear. Those can go back. This is a product that everyone's interested in, but no one has actually showed up for yet. So I'm gonna put this back here. Like I said, trash cans, not really much there. So like I said, the bag of grass at the pool. I think James is getting rid of the little pool, I think. I don't know if to ask him. I don't know what we're doing with this sheet of plywood either. This one needs to go to Grandma's. That one needs to go to storage. This stuff needs to be scrapped, not the shop vac. That really needs to be cleaned out and brought back in the house. The wood, garbage, as far as I'm concerned, or James needs to find somewhere to put it. In the trailer I guess can stay. I don't really see why we wouldn't be allowed to keep it. Obviously that needs to be cleaned out. The wood needs to be thrown out. The metal, obviously the scrapyard, but that's James's plow blade setup. I don't know what he's going to do with that. Rain's starting to really pick up again. Like I said, a little bit of scrap. That can stay, I guess. What are you going to tell me? I have too many trash cans? Go to hell. Like I said, this is scrap. The 2 drums need to go somewhere. I don't know if they're going downstairs or what. That stainless steel thingy, that needs to go somewhere as well. I don't know. We'll just take it to the scrapyard and just scrap it and be done with it, or what. Cargo thing can stay. Even though I think James is keeping it because he wants to put it in his truck. So that's that. The go-kart and the lawnmower, I say can stay. I mean, what the hell? I mean, the lawnmower is things for parts, but I mean, it's being parted out. But come on, leave my tractor alone. We're definitely probably going to be towing a line here with what we can have. So this is pretty cleaned out. They'll probably say something about that drum, maybe, and the drum carts. We'll see. I don't know what he's doing with the green machine box and mower deck. I think that's just going to be scrap. He's pulled whatever parts. That needs to go back to his boss. That's his edger that he had James fix. This, I don't know what James is doing with it, if it's scrap or not. I say they're scrap, but I say a lot of things are junk when they're not. The jack, obviously, that's not going anywhere, nor is the lift cart. Well, that's good. This got put over here where it needed to go. kind of blocking that too, so they don't see that. Like I said, this needs to be sold or moved or whatever we're going to do with it. Whatever he's doing with it. The firewood's probably going to need to go somewhere. Because that's not the code. They'll start on something else. These will need to be either folded up or just thrown out. James hasn't decided what he's doing with it yet. This, I don't know if this is scrap yet or what are you doing with that. Like I said, there's my other trash cans. Leave my trash cans alone. But like I said, the sheds is the next thing. Mom called the town today. And, of course, no one picked up. So we'll have to see. But apparently that's not permitted. Even though that's been there like 30 years. They were talking about the neighbor earlier. Who said when he moved in 04, that was there. So, I mean, come on. That too's been there for how many years now? This is fairly new. This is only like the last 2 years. But the bike shed, that's been there for like 5 years now. Come on. You're just now going to start whining about things? Like I said, that blue shed, that's been here. So I don't know what their issue is. But also, it's too close to the property line. Which, I mean, James knew that when he put that there. But it still got put there. What I was thinking is what should have been done was to turn it or just put it this way. So then you'd have that 3 feet out, and then whatever the depth of this is, I forget if it's like 10 feet or whatever. Then you'd have all that space on the side to put stuff. You could put all the machines and crap, and no one's going to see it. They're not going to see it, which is the problem. I also found out that they're moving. Not entirely sure they're who called. They're probably the ones who called. But they're moving, so that might also... So it is possible that they were the ones that called. Because James was talking to them earlier, they do plan on selling, so... It's possible they called. It's very possible they called, because they're the stuck-up Karens of the neighborhood, so they probably called. Like I said, take it, put it this way, and then you could have all the machines and all the crap you want back here. Nobody's going to see it. But like I said, we also had the thought of putting up like a fence panels, either on this side or that side. That side, I think, would make more sense, to where I could hide the scrap. I could have a little scrap area. Like I said, that side would make more sense, because then she can't see it. Not that she cares that much, because she's got the privacy fence there, and then if you had a fence there, the 2 sheds, you wouldn't be able to see it. But the sheds situations is going to probably have to be changed somewhat, so we have to see about that. Like I said, that neighbor as well, he knows some guys at the town. He actually knows one of the code enforcement officers, so he's going to talk to him and see, if they can go easy on us. So it's always about who you know. It's about how much money you have and who you know. So, to get things your way. So, like I said, we got to do a scrap run, clean up a couple more things, and then that'll be that. And then I don't know what we're going to do going forward. And then, like I said, the shed situation. We'll have to figure that out at some point as well. Alright, for week 2, our trash pile's not as ridiculous. 3 bags of grass. One of them's from the side from when I cut it last week. The other 2 are from when I just cut it this week. The little drum, I mean, it's maybe fine, but it's been sitting out here, and it's gotten wet a couple times, and it is kind of getting a little soggy, so whatever, just get rid of it. Then that, which I wouldn't have bothered grabbing in the first place when James grabbed it, but, I mean, I could maybe throw it in shred, but there really is there's a lot of plastic on it, too, so whatever, just throw it out. And one of the pellets, it's a nice pellet. It's, too bad maybe someone will grab it, probably not, but maybe if it would have been put out earlier in the day, someone probably would have grabbed it. And then the tote is just full of, from our normal garbage, pretty much. There's a little bit of cleaning stuff, and then James trimmed a couple branches off the pear tree in the backyard. So, not a huge pile, but, and it's unfortunate too that we don't have yard waste. It just goes in the garbage, but that's the only thing the town is missing from being the #1 municipality in Western New York for trash service. Is yard waste is what we're missing. Other than that, we, it'd be the best service ever. So we got a bunch of stuff staged down the side here at the moment. This is shred that's got to go in, and this stuff's got to go. This one's got to go to grandma's or storage. I forget which one is which. But those need to go somewhere, obviously. That will need to go somewhere. Like I said, that's scrap. I just filled it up with aluminum. That's gotta go downstairs. That's just a trash can. Lift cart, it's gotta go to storage. This might be the one that's gotta go to Grandma's. The other one I think's gotta go to storage. These 2 drums, I don't know where they're going, but they need to go somewhere. A little bit more scrap. And then 2 other pallets that'll need to go to storage. And then over here is not looking that bad. I mean, that's still gotta go somewhere, but and then the box and the mower deck, those need to go somewhere. And then there's this pile of stuff as well that needs to go somewhere. Like I said, the tractor and the go-kart, I say, can stay. I mean, where the hell else are we gonna put them? So with this stuff, like I said, it's gotta go scrap, storage, wherever it's going. This is gonna be burned or taken somewhere. Same with this. Can't be leaving that lying around. And then there's these that need to go somewhere. And other than that, that'll be the cleanest this yard has been in a long time. For now. So, like I said, scrap run tomorrow, I think, or tomorrow or Tuesday, whatever. So, bolts will probably go to something. Probably go to this. Go to the forks that go in the lift cart. It's a little lift. So, other than that, that's it for updates for now, pretty much until we're done. So, we'll see you then. Alright, I'll show you the scrap load real quick. I got to get to work, so. Same with the 2x4s and bags. Still fit it. Still fits. Except the aluminum will just be strapped on the cargo rack. That thing gonna fit somewhere?
You like the other one.
We'll see about that. About that fitting somewhere. So there's that aluminum now. That and this. So we'll see how that fits in. Although that's not my problem. I got work to get to. So, and I was hoping garbage was gonna come before I go to work, but nope. They're really behind because they haven't even done the side street. Side street's not done. Ours isn't done. Although the side street sometimes takes a while. So that's not like super unexpected for that to not be done. But ours is usually done by like 10 o'clock. Usually between 9 and 10 it gets done. So, anyways, that'll do it. I'll show you probably when I get home what the yard looks like, although I don't think it's gonna look a ton different. But we'll see. Alright, so it only looks slightly different back here. That's a piece of junk as far as I'm concerned. That needs to probably need to go somewhere. Oh, my trailer's back. Oh, like I said, it doesn't look a ton different. Other than the 2 barrels, of aluminum are gone, but and my toter's empty. Which is good. Gonna fill that back up with some more aluminum in the meantime. While we're waiting for this inspection to blow over. Keep it in the tote. Like I said, it doesn't really look any different. I mean, slightly better. Because there's more walking space at least, but I don't know why these 2 things are still sitting here. That's just shred, and that's aluminum, but let's cut that off as garbage. That looked like that could have went in the garbage. Doesn't look that great of a pallet, but whatever. I'll make just a couple of things disappear storage, and that should be it. This gotta go in the house. Drain the water out of it. So, and then I guess that pile still needs to be dealt with. But that's not my problem. Anything really that was my problem is done. So, and then this, other than a couple miscellaneous pieces of scrap that should have went, but other than that, I'll have to see what it paid James got the receipt around here somewhere. I think the first load was like 28 bucks. Where the receipt is, I don't know. If I can find it, I'll show it when, with the other one here. Alright, so James ran the scrap in, and the little shred load was 260 pounds at 155 gross tons, so 17.99, so 18 bucks. And then what was really surprising, that aluminum, that was 120 pounds, 45 cents a pound, 54 bucks. That was very unexpected when he handed me the money, and and I seen the 50, so that was pretty much all gutter, I want to say. Well, maybe about 20 pounds of it was probably not gutter, but the rest of that was all gutter. And that was, I want to, since the last scrap run, I want to say that was, I don't know, 3-4 weeks maybe worth of scrap. I gotta pay attention to how much I get from there. I might do that for this one. Being that it's May 7th, pay attention to how much, or how long it takes to get gutter, or get a pile of scrap from gutter and see what it weighs specifically, just to see how much they're throwing out. But you could call it 120 pounds, because there's definitely other stuff that I've left in the dumpster over the weeks that we could call that you could call good enough from gutter. That's what they've thrown out in the last, say, month. So other than that, I'll show you the yard. It's looking pretty good. There's just a few more things that need to be, put somewhere, and then we'll be good. We got till Wednesday to do that, so we'll get that situated. Alright, it's Tuesday night. It's getting kind of dark out. We've been super busy today. Some stuff came up, so I had to do some babysitting. Anyways, that's still gotta go to Grandma's, but look at this. This is the cleanest this yard has ever looked, and probably will ever look. It's had a little bit of wood, random crap that was lying around, just threw it in the tote. I don't know if James is actually getting rid of it, or just, to make it look like we're getting rid of it. The inspector, her mom, talked to him today, and it said he was driving by today to see the progress, because, tomorrow was the day we had to have it cleaned up by, but, depending on when he drove by is how clean it looked, because we did do some more afterwards. So like I said, you can't really see. Like I said, it's like 8:30 now. This is still here, but that's obviously minor compared to what the yard looked like. And then this over here, and then that little crap, that bit of crap, and that firewood, and then these couple pieces of equipment. So I'll have to show you tomorrow morning when you can actually see something. And of course, the inspector you talk to doesn't do the permits and variances needed for the sheds, so that problem is still not solved, but the junk problem is solved. So that's what she looks like. Alright, so it's Friday, May 10th, and the inspection's coming past. That was back on Wednesday. I just now have some time to actually do something, and to show you. So like I said, this didn't really change, really, any of this. It's kind of, stuff's just been kind of moved more, so it's not in my way, because I'm about to cut the yard, so like this stuff's just now to where it's not as in my way as it was. Like I just put that over there. Like I said, this yard it's the cleanest it will ever look, other than when we leave. So like I said, a tote full of wood that I think James is actually gonna get rid of. And our little trash cans that's got scrap in it, that's gonna go downstairs here at some point. That James pressure washed too, so that's still out here, and that still has to go to Grandma's. So yeah, that's the cleanest ever probably gonna look. So like I said, until we are staging for when we leave, that's probably the only other time it's gonna look any cleaner. And with the sheds, apparently they called back today, and you are allowed to have 2 sheds. They must have changed it. So, we can have like that one and that one, but like the bike shed might be a problem, which wouldn't be. It's just got my bike in there, James's bike, and that's literally what we built it for. And so instead of having it under the Christmas tree, so when we could make it disappear. So I have a little bit of product in it at the moment, but it's not that big of a deal if we had to get rid of this. But we might have to move them is the thing. See, like it's only got my bike, James's bike, which he hardly even uses anymore because he has a license, and this bike that he was keeping. And then, like I said, I got a little bit of product in here. Other than that, we could get rid of it. I just obviously would have to find somewhere to put my bike. I don't know if we'd have to put it in the blue household shed or what. That shed also was full of crap. I noticed when I was just going to pull the lawn stuff out. Shoved a couple of my trash cans in there, and those white tarp looking things. Those got shoved in there, and all sorts of other crap. So like I said, because it's so close, but that might need to be moved. So they're kind of working with us on it. You can see all my other trash cans that I have that are back here where I normally keep them. So, but like I said, the sheds might have to get moved. Which, like I said, that one won't be too bad to push it up a little forward. The blue one in the corner, I say, it's been like that for 20 plus years. That's not my problem. Then, like I said, this one, if we have to get rid of it, we could get rid of it. So, I mean, that part of the saga is continuing what we have to do with the sheds, but in terms of, cleaning up the yard, that's been taken care of. So, and but they're moving at the end, by like the end of the month, they'll be out, and it'll be listed or whatever they're. I'm assuming that's when they'll get it listed, after they move out. So we'll see. So we kind of have to keep up the maintenance, keeping it clean till then, and then there's still all this bit of junk back here on the pool. James was keeping that, so that's it. Like I said, it could be a little cleaner, but keep by getting this other couple things out of here, but it was good enough to pass, so that'll do it. Alright, so here's the letter. Only showing you this because it'll make a good thumbnail. This is just a copy of it, but you can kind of pause and read if you feel the need to. So, but one thing I did notice when reading through this, the comply date for the junk is 5/27, but the shed is 5/8, even though the shed is a lot more work, because they're telling us you need a permit and a variance, because there's 3 sheds. So, but apparently they changed it to, you are allowed to actually have 2 sheds, apparently. But obviously the third one, like the bike shed, is kind of, might be a problem, but, we originally had, the inspector was going to come out, what was it, last Tuesday, and, take some measurements, to kind of work with us on, correcting this problem, and never showed up, and when our mom called, went to voicemail, no call back. Sounds about right for the building department. And they're not known for being the most responsive to doing their actual job. So, like all the time, there's autos and structures, and they call for a building inspector, and they can't get anybody. So, I expect nothing less from the building department. So anyways, like I said, so pretty much I think they were taking the 5/27 date and kind of just switching them for, just switching them, and that's, so hopefully by the end of the month we will have a permanent solution, to get the town off of us and be done. So, and I do have a little bit more update on the neighbors who are selling. James had talked to them, and they sold their house to one of those, advertisers, we'll buy your house in any condition, cash, quick close, crap like that because they're investors. That's who they sold to, and they plan on being out at like the end of the month. So that'll kind of work out perfectly. That this will all be straightened out by the end of the month. They'll be out, and then the new neighbors can get we'll have a slight illusion of what the property will look like until we get back to business. So um, I say that talking about how um, although I'm thinking it's going to because of who they sold it to, that they're and the price they paid for it. Said they bought it for $125,000. Let me tell you right now, they got scammed. There should have been a 2 in front of it. They should have got $225 for that. Because it's their house is bigger than ours because there's an addition in the back. They have a garage. I think the lot's bigger or about the same as ours. And in this market, they could have easily got $225 for that. So that's why I'm thinking that it'll probably be an investor to do whatever to it before it's going to be actually listed again, and then whoever the new neighbors will be. This might be a couple months, but although apparently our mom has been inside and said it's not that bad on the inside, so they totally got scammed, but it is what it is. But I think really what it was is they needed the money because they offered them 10 grand up front, pretty much to pay for moving costs. So I think that's what it was. So anyways, that's pretty much it for this. Once there's like a resolution for the sheds, I'll just throw it in at the end of one of the dumpster dive videos. If one of them's not too long, or maybe making another, special Wednesday video or something. But other than that, that's pretty much it for now. We'll figure out the shed situation, and then we'll be done. And we'll just kind of have to keep it, try and keep the junk in line. But I'm thinking about getting my license here. Definitely thinking about getting it for this year, so then that will really cut down on the junk being in the yard, because then I don't have to rely on James to take me to the scrapyard. I can just do it myself, and that will be make life so much easier. Um, but I would also like to get a warehouse space for the scrap and the reselling side, but that is something I'd like to do, but the numbers have to work, and I really don't think I could make the numbers work to where I wouldn't be, losing money. So unless some really cheap space came along, but not quite there in the reselling business. So in the reselling side of life. So, but other than that, that is it for this video. We'll see you guys in the dumpsters.